Yo, we live. Yo, big up everyone. Welcome to another video on the channel, man. Listen, it feels like I've not done one in time, you know. Listen, time flies when you're doing stuff. But yeah, I just want to big up everyone in the comment section. Listen, there's already people commenting. Like, big up Bobby, by the way. Big up Bobby commenting already. And yeah, man, listen, there's a lot to cover. You listen, United. Oh my days, there's so much going on. We're going to cover about the Burnley game. We'll talk about the managerial situation. We'll talk about players wanting Poch. And yeah, man, there's so much to talk about United. Big up, by the way, Lulian. He's on the comment section. And yeah, man, listen, I just want to big up the what's it called? The guest. Like, how are you, man, doing? First of all, before we dissect into the video, how are you, man, saying? What are you saying?
Well, personally, good.
Yeah.
But we United. I mean, we move in it.
Bro, listen.
Yeah.
We move. It's
Yeah,
depressing
man,
at the moment.
Bro, listen, I need to start like detaching myself, like what you said, Oscar, man, because this every single news, I don't know what to believe anymore. But yeah. Firstly, we'll go on to we'll start with Michael. Yeah, like obviously we'll cover the Burnley game. Like, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's the manager's fault. Oh, it's the players." Like, what were your thoughts on the Burnley game? And are you seeing any improvements with Ralph Rangnick? Like, what's your thoughts?
I do see improvement. Obviously, I had to watch the game in class, so I really couldn't dissect it like properly. But the first half was good from what I saw. We probably should have had a couple of extra goals, but Mike Dean and the officials don't want to see us score a set piece goal this year, so it's okay. But yeah, it's just one of those games. Like, I don't know if you guys play FIFA, but like we dominated the first half, and then right away they just scored their first shot. It's like playing foot champs. They just scored one shot, one goal, which is kind of annoying. The goal was annoying to concede. Harry Maguire decided to think that he's an aggressive center back, and he made the mistake and got cooked by a 6'7" Dutchman with no agility, but that's okay. And yeah, first half was good. Second half, the intensity kind of dropped in certain players, so that was kind of rough to see, and just another disappointing result, really.
Listen, facts, bro. Listen, I know it's early on the show, but I just feel like cooking Maguire straight away. But yeah, listen, we'll go to Tyler, by the way. First time on the channel. Big up yourself, by the way. Listen, we've talked on Spaces. We've talked about Man United. That's about certain players. What are you saying about like the performance against Burnley? What are your thoughts, bro? What are your thoughts?
I mean, if I had to be honest, I was impressed with the first half. I mean, but then again, it's against the 20th place Burnley, so I would expect some kind of dominance. And we did dominate, but I'm just thinking, how many clear-cut chances did we actually create? We didn't create enough, but we like the intent was there. And then we've just seen it time and time again. United just seem to have this phase where they just can't have this consistency to play for a full 90 minutes. It's always one half with this team. If it's first half, then it's the second half they'll falter. If it's the first half they'll falter, then it's the second half they'll turn up. It's weird with this team. It's like they just can't do it for a full 90 minutes. So, I mean, I didn't expect Burnley to come out like that. They came out with so much explosiveness. Jay Rodriguez was ready to eat up, man, literally. So, Maguire, I've cooked him enough. I can't do it anymore, personally, for me. No, bro, I've had enough. I can't do it anymore. It's too tiring. Like, it's not nice for my health, man. Like, I just know every time he's in the starting lineup, he's a walking calamity. I know that. I've accepted it, but it's hard to not like kind of just bro. I can't speak on him anymore. All I can say is with the Ralph thing, I think people need to chill. I think people need to understand, like, Man United right now is just a work in progress, and Ralph is just kind of doing the best he can. Like, I'm looking at what he's got right now, and I'm just thinking, mate, like, you're doing the best you can. You know, you're working with a board that's clearly not, don't have the intent to help you out, and you got, dross a load of players that time and time again, they just seem to let people down. They didn't like the Mourinho hardball. Didn't like their Solskjaer, no tactics, and now they don't like Ralph's. It's just like the drama's 365 days with this club, the way I see it, every time. They're just a bunch of babies, the way I see it with the rest of those players. But bro, that's my say.
I 100% agree. Like, each time these players just say, "Oh, they're not happy with the training." 1 minute is there's no coaching. 1 minute is too old-fashioned. Like, why don't you just coach yourself then, if that's the case? Like, but yeah, man, we'll go to Sid, bro. Like, we just drew to Burnley, man. Like, I can't believe we drew that game. I can't believe it, man. There was. What are you saying about the performance? Were you happy, or what are you saying?
game of two halves. Can you guys hear me?
Nah, you're a bit quiet, bro. You're a bit quiet. Oh. Nah, listen. Oh yeah, Sid, you can sort your mic out. We'll just go to Oscar, then just jump back.
No, hold on. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So what I was saying was, I think it was a game of two halves. Again, I think we had this conversation like a few weeks ago. I just think with Ragnik, my only criticism is he somehow has to make sure it's a 90-minute, performance. Like I really do. Like I kept saying this weeks ago with Ragnik, I actually see something, man. Like you have to admit his tactics are working. There's definitely different things that have come into play than that was under Ollie. So like people cannot disrespect Ragnick. Like there's absolutely no way. He has a board that's against him. He has some players who keep leaking stuff to the media. I guess we'll talk about that later. And he's just doing the best he can, man. Like at least we're even in the running for top four. Like at some point under Ollie, we just thought, man, this is gonna fall apart. So I think it was a game of two halves. Again, I think Pogba, like again, man, like what can you say about that guy? When he plays well, everything just sticks well. So that's what happened in the first half. And second half, when he slowed down, Bruno slowed down a bit. Then I think it just infected the entire team. But yeah, man, like we've definitely got to do better. Like I said, the next three games we've got to win, man. Like if we want to get top four, which I still think we can, we need to go on a winning run, man. Like no matter how much, we just got to go on a winning run now.
I hear you 100%. Bobby says Ralph ain't it as a coach. Now, Bobby, you're Ralph out already. Yo, bro, we're losing patience, man. We're losing patience. But yeah, man, what are you saying, Oscar, by the way? What were your thoughts about the game? And is there any particular player that stood out? Or say, what are you saying, like?
Yeah, I'm not going to come here and pretend I watched the game. Do you understand? I didn't watch the game. Like, literally, I had to choose between going to eat some steak and watch the game. You understand? So I didn't watch the game, but I caught up with the highlights, and there's a channel that you can watch also, like almost the whole game basically. So the game was recorded. Let me just say that. Like in my opinion, I think it wasn't a game of two halves. I think we easily dominated them. Do you understand? Like what we wanted from Social was like to create chances.
Yeah.
For the game to be fluid, more controlled. We're getting that in the last two games from Ragnick, in my opinion. For there's an issue with finishing, and which is so glaring to see. Do you get me? Like apart from the refereeing disallowing those two goals, I think were correctly disallowed because it was dumb for Maguire to do that. But nowadays they actually disallow goals for that. But the most obvious thing that happened in the game was obviously Maguire getting spun. Literally, that's what Burnley did in the game. You get me? And that just literally shows the levels. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because when you talk about a goalkeeper, you want your goalkeeper to concentrate for 90 minutes. Like you might not do anything for like 90 minutes, but then there might be one game or one chance the opposition gets, and he needs to concentrate. And the top players do that. This is the same with Maguire. Do you get me? He wasn't able to stay focused. Apart from that, he actually didn't have the ability to actually read the game. Like him stepping out messed up the whole shape. I must say something though. McTominay should have stopped that also.
Exactly.
Do you get me? So it wasn't all Maguire's fault. But Maguire didn't have to actually come out, even if McTominay did not do that, because that means you're inviting them onto you. I'm pretty sure Varane can take somebody on one-on-one. Maguire messed up the whole shape. You can see Luke Shaw trying to slide, Varane, everybody trying to come across. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So for me, Maguire deserves everything he's getting right now. Do you get me? He deserves it. Like he's been coming for a while. Like remember Junior Stanislas of the Bournemouth? Last season in nutmeg him. You get me? These are things that we've seen with Maguire over the last few seasons, to be honest with you. Yeah. So he's not a top defender, in my opinion. He's not a one-on-one defender. He's not a one-on-one defender. He hides behind other people. Like I think there's a compilation on Twitter or YouTube that other people would do the defending, then he tries to somehow get behind them while they're doing the defending. Do you get me? So he's not actually doing anything. So what's his actual job? It's more like he's delegating or he's communicating to the press. talking nonsense, to be honest with you. I was quite frustrated with that draw because literally I was on Usain channel bragging we're gonna dump Bournemouth 3-1, so confident with my chest out and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they do this to you, but this is the United we're living with right now. To be honest with you, they're a pack of no balls. Do you get me? So I can't really label all of them at the same time. It's a team game. Do you get me?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Pogba played well. I'm not gonna lie to you. He faded a bit.
Yeah.
That's normal. He's only played 2 games.
Exactly.
Do you get me? So that's normal. There's nothing for me to say about Paul Pogba. He's Paul Pogba, innit? Do you get me? We still have problem with the likes of our front four, Bruno, Ronaldo, or Cavani. Like none of them are doing it. Who's the other guy? Sancho was quite impressive as well. Do you get me? Nice touches, nice turns, some give and go. You get me? He's taking people on now, so it seems like he's getting more confident. Do you get me? The back four wasn't out of shape. Nothing was. You know what I mean? Nothing was. They did nothing wrong in a sense.
Yeah.
Like Luke Shaw was okay. It was literally that mistake. Honestly, it was literally that mistake. We gave it away. We had a long time to recover from that lead, and we didn't take a lot of chances. Cavani's header.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That was a sitter.
It was a sitter. Like this is happening quite regularly now. Do you get me? So I think we can't really blame Ragnick. Like what's my man's name with the Durag? Like he said,
Taylor.
Taylor, devil's advocate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, we can't hop on Ragnick and say this is Ragnick's fault. Do you get me? Like literally, he's coaching this man, and I've seen improvements. Like literally, sometimes against Middlesbrough, I was like, what the hell is going on? Do you get me? And then they blew it. So this goes back to the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer regime again, that we are not able to break down low blocks. Yeah. I know we created chances, but we need to score them. Then we won't have this conversation. Do you get me? So we United right now, we just need to, I don't know, hope and pray. I don't know if many of you have faith. You get me? You need to hope.
It's the hope that kills you, bro. It's the hope that kills you.
It gets to you.
The hope that kills you.
But the hope been killing us, fam. Do you get me? So you're gonna have to keep open.
But you know what's mad? I don't know if you guys remember, but you know when we conceded the goal and then McTominay and Maguire both did the mistake. Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, but you know when Maguire was running back to get back, what's his name? Was it Jay Rodriguez? He didn't even have the recovery pace to get to him. If that was like a Rudiger or a Varane,
you would get
straight away.
Man, so pull the guy down, pull his shots down, pull everything down, fam. Grab him by the ball, do anything.
There's no fight.
There's
no fight in some of these players.
But you can see like the gap between our defense. Like McTominay was just jogging. To be honest with you, sometimes I question the mentality. Like, is it because we're playing Burnley? Then you step it up against West Ham. Then you know what I mean. So there's something wrong with your mentality. Like, oh, you think it's just Burnley? They're last place. We should win this. Do you get me? So they need to go with every game like it's a final, man. Do you get me? That's what's causing all these things. You get me? Like the way they're thinking about the game. You understand? Like they just can't keep going on like this. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep slipping away, and that was a bad draw. I'm not gonna lie to you. It felt like a three-point loss. Honestly, Arsenal are above us. Aston Villa are coming.
Yeah.
You get me? Wolves still have 2 games in hand, and obviously we have 1 game in hand as well. We're currently 6th. You know what I mean? Arsenal are 2 points away from us, and they have 1 game in hand on us, or we played the same amount of game. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's not looking good right now. You know what I mean? And this forward line don't convince me. They don't convince me at all.
Yeah.
You get me? They're not clinical. They're not ruthless. Ronaldo, Cavani, whoever you want to put up there. Doesn't matter.
Ravi says, just asking for a friend. Are you man missing Dan James? You know, I don't know if you guys realize here, but I've been seeing a lot on this on Twitter. Are we missing Dan James? He's scoring a few goals for Leeds, and like, listen, Dan James, respectfully, he was shit. He was not good enough. He wasn't good enough.
He's not a level. Do you get me? People like
he's not the level. But it's funny you mentioned, by the way. I want you, man. By the way, with Cavani, I'm done with this guy. By the way,
facts. Let him go. Don't even think twice.
Listen, anyone can speak. By the way, for me, Cavani, he's been having stinker after stinker. It doesn't affect the
Facts.
game. He doesn't really offer you anything if he's not inside the box. Like, what are you saying, Michael and Sid and Taylor? What are you saying about Cavani and Ronaldo?
I just want to say with Cavani, man, like no one wants to talk about this guy has some attitude issues, man. Like he'll come when he want. Like listen, I'm not a fan of Sammy Luckers at all, right? But he mentioned a couple of times, I think last year that like Cavani decides when he's fit, or like
Yes.
so for example, I guess the medical staff will be like, "You're ready," and then Cavani will be like, "Nah." So it's like his attitude is like he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but his heart's not at United. So just let him go in the summer. We need a striker regardless of what anyone says. We really need a striker. So
Yeah.
I'm done with him completely.
I hear you. What are you saying, Michael, about Cavani and Ronaldo? Like, they're not my biggest fans. I don't like them at all. What are you saying?
Oh, well, Cavani, I'm just sending him back to his farm in Uruguay. He could go farm his tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever he wants. Just go chill over there. With Ronaldo, I love the player like all time, like career wise, one of my favorite players ever, if not my favorite. But as of right now, I think there was talks that he wants to leave in the summer. Like he's gonna have the showdown talks. Go ahead, man. Go back to Sporting or wherever in Europe someone wants you. It just wasn't the right fit at all. He should have just never came back.
Yeah.
So yeah, get me a striker in the summer.
He doesn't really offer you that much, by the way. If you don't cross it to him, or he doesn't really offer you that much. Like, what are you saying, Devils? Like, with our striker situation, you've obviously got Bruno, who everyone knows in this channel. I don't particularly rate Bruno. You've got Rashford on the right wing. Rashford was awful. Like, he looked out of place. Sancho was our only good player. He was the only baller that stood out. What are you saying about the attacking threat that we have? Because they're looking so average at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I said it like a few weeks ago. Like everyone's talking about the midfield, but because everyone wants to get top four. I mean, my views on top four is a bit different, maybe possibly from others. But like, if everyone really wants to get top four, then you really have to look at the contents of the team. And we got rid of Donny van de Beek, who I believe we didn't even give him a shot to even see how good he was. So personally, for me, I didn't understand that. You got rid of an Amadou Diallo, again, another player, not seen much, but you know, that's someone that's obviously got bags of potential.
Yeah.
You have a Martial, someone who again, very, very is someone who splits the fan base. But for me personally, in what we're trying to do, in how he's so influential in terms of the link-up play, I just think he was very much needed. And we've got rid of, some players, and you look at the squad now, it's very, very thin. So if people want to get top four, I mean, Alanga, Rashford, Cavani, Ronaldo, and Sancho to really, really get us. Like, I've not even touched the midfield yet. Like, we all know about how bad that midfield is. So our attack, it's like, I'm looking at Atletico, I'm looking at these, man, and it's like, it reminds me to one time when a lot of United fans were saying, give us Bayern.
Oh, yeah.
Give us Bayern now, because if we played Bayern, we'd get. I don't know what would happen. That would be like football murder. I don't know what would that be. That
7-0.
You know what, Louis?
So that'll be worse than Brazil versus Germany.
For me, yeah. So I don't know. For me, the way I see it right now, we need to just do what we can. Like Rashford probably has to play on that right hand side, because who else do we have?
Yeah.
Sancho has to take that left hand side, because I can't lie, I'm liking how Sancho's playing. It looks like he's coming in a bit of his own form. Someone that's actually looking up, someone to actually look for a pass. I mean, I'm tired of the whole putting in, shooting. I know Rashford can kind of do that on the right, but at least he has to kind of use his brain in a way, because he's playing on the right, so he has to kind of, look up. But he's still doing his own thing. So I don't know, man. If we want to get top four, some teams will have to falter. I can't lie. I know I think it's Southampton next we're playing.
Southampton.
I can't lie. I mean, I saw them against Spurs. I was just like, what?
What's going on here?
It could be peak. We need to just dominate, but we just don't know which night it's going to turn up. That's the thing with me. You just don't know.
I must add something though. Like, it's not all bad. Do you get me? Like,
Yeah.
let's say we take all our chances, bro.
No,
we be having this conversation. Do you get me? Like, there's been improvement. Do you get me? Like, it's just the forward line. they're not taking chances. If Ronaldo scored a penalty against Middlesbrough, that's 2-0. Was it? Was 2-0, yeah?
Nah, it
That
would have
game
been 1-0. It would have been 1-0.
1-0. Okay. If one of the goals, or we actually took our chances before they scored, that would have been 2-0 against Burnley. Do you get me? So the game will have been dead. There's no recovery. There's nothing coming back from that from Burnley. So it's almost like we need to be ruthless. Like ultimately, we need to be very ruthless. I don't think it's gonna happen against Southampton because they're different breed. Do you understand? They're more aggressive. They
Great
play,
team.
they play, I think it's at home. It's in St. Mary's as well. So 12:30 p.m.
No, it's
kickoff.
at Old Trafford.
Is that Old Trafford?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought it was in St. Mary's.
No,
Like
no.
they're very passionate. Ralph Hassan Hutu.
Yep.
He's got that team working the way. That's the kind of formation Ralph Ragnick wanted to play. The Dick formation, whatever you want to call it. The 4-2-2-2. You know what I mean? He has them man like really, really playing high pressing, aggressive. Armando Broja, whatever his name is.
Broha, yeah. Chelsea
Yeah,
Looney.
he's doing bits, you know.
Yep.
Che Hadam. These are two muscle men up top, about 6 foot. You get me? Well, we're gonna be playing Maguire and Varane. I know we're all confident with Varane. He can handle his own, but
Yeah.
Maguire ain't got enough agility, ain't got enough movement about him. It's almost like he's lost the yard. Nah, let me not say that. I don't think he ever had pace. I don't think he ever had pace.
He never had.
I was gonna say he lost the yard of pace, but
Never.
No.
I'm not overly worried. I think it's almost like a draw, or well, you get me, against Southampton. To be honest, I can see a draw already. Tottenham didn't create anything. If you actually watch that game, they barely
Did nothing.
They barely did nothing. They scored 2 goals just for the quality they had. To be honest with you, so I'm still somehow, I don't know why, I'm still somehow optimistic. Do you get me? Obviously, I'm downbeaten by the results. Previously, because I still think, well, in not getting carried away, we should be taking all our chances, and it's starting to affect us, as we can see.
100%. Abdullah says, you know that unofficial pundit guy, he chats the most shit out of any football fan I know. Yeah, listen, if an unofficial pundit, I don't take him seriously on Twitter. He says, I think he just does it for clicks. But big up Abdullah, by the way. Make sure you subscribe to Shed and Shotters, man. He's a real Chelsea fan, and yeah, man. He says same with Martial. Both bums. He says Rashford is a scrub. Question: will Southampton prove to be a tough task, bro? You know what's inevitable tomorrow? James Ward-Prowse scoring a free kick against us. That's what's going to happen. I can already see it, bro. Like James Ward.
They always do something against you. They always give us a hard time. I'm telling you, they always do that.
I can't lie. I don't think we're going to get a result tomorrow because
really, I don't think we can, man. It's just those individual moments, man. Like even the game against was it under Oli? Like we didn't deserve to win that game, bro. But then we somehow came out with 3 points, like with Cavani, right? Was it Cavani?
Yeah,
I think it was Cavani where he scored.
Yeah, I see something like that happening. Like definitely, like
we lost to them at the start of the season. Did we? Or we drew. Greenwood scored 1-0, was it?
Did we drew?
Yeah, 1-0.
Greenwood scored.
Yeah, we drew. Mason scored.
Yeah,
we never lost. I remember that.
Yeah, we never lost. Yeah,
that's where Pogba was playing for. He was playing on the left wing that game.
Left wing, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game. But
it's always a tough game.
I don't know how you guys feel with what's his name. There was a report saying that Ralph he wants to play Pogba in an 8 and a 10, but there was a moment in the game where he was playing him. I think he brought in Jesse Lingard, played him in the 10 or something, and then he was. What are you guys saying about Pogba playing in a double pivot? Because I've had enough of him playing as a double pivot. By the way, like,
yeah,
I think it's because he does. I think he knows that he can't play Bruno and Pogba together as 2 8s because that's going to leave too much space in the midfield. And I think he trusts Pogba to play deeper than Bruno because Pogba's shown that he can play deeper. He doesn't want to, but he has tendencies to be able to win the ball back much better than Bruno. So I think that's why he's playing Pogba deeper, and he trusts Pogba to progress the ball better from deep. But I don't like it. I'd rather Pogba play like the position that Bruno plays because I trust him to make the final third pass and create more chances. But I guess that's the way Ralph sees it. And I guess I think Matic has a problem. That's why he didn't come on against Burnley, and he's not playing tomorrow either. So Pogba, I guess, is the official backup DM now because Fred has goal and
Yeah, yeah.
everything. So yeah, we're very light in the midfield.
Yeah, I just want to add something with that. I still think Pogba can play as a number 10. Like, what I fail to realize is, like, unfortunately, we have McTominay, right? And I just don't think that guy is like intelligent footballer. So when, like, you can criticize Bruno what you want, but I still prefer Pogba and Bruno than
Yes.
McTominay any day. Like, they at least got some. They've got a football brain, right? So I think the reason why Ragnick plays Pogba as a number 6, or we saw it most of the time, is I don't think he trusts McTominay at all, man. Like, this just it's just kind of like, okay, if you leave Pogba with Bruno and then McTominay is exposed and then he's finished. So it's a very unfortunate situation. But if Ragnick, honestly, if Pogba plays the number 10, everything's going to be different. Like, if Bruno can play, because I still think no matter what people think about Bruno, he does have that ability of, running at players. He tries to press. So maybe we can play him in that number 8, slightly behind Pogba.
Yes.
But I think that's the way to go forward, personally.
I've said this million of times. Pogba is our best midfielder, and he's our most creative player. The further up he plays in the pitch, the more dangerous he is. And you know what it is with Pogba? Like, everyone knows he's my favorite player, and I want him to go further up the pitch. But whenever he's picking off the ball from the defenders, bro, I start to shit my pants because I feel like he's going to give it away because he has this tendency of holding onto it too much. So I know he can play as a 6, and he's probably a better 6 than Bruno, but I don't like how we're sacrificing Pogba just to facilitate for Bruno Fernandes, who half the time he's just messing about. Like, 7 out of 10 he's gonna do the pass, and then 3 out of 10 he'll do it. So I don't understand why we're trying to do that. And this whole Bruno playing
to get the best out of him.
Yeah, I don't think Pogba and Bruno can both play in the same team in a number 8, because if that's going to happen, Bruno's going to wander off, and that's going to leave us more exposed. So, what are you saying, Taylor, about this whole Bruno and Pogba in the same midfield? Like, what are you saying?
I've always said, like, I just don't think stylistically them two can play with each other. I feel like I've got a good enough sample size to see that. Like, in some areas it can work, but I just think in terms of what United is striving to be, I just don't think that's balanced enough. And a balanced midfield is the most important thing for me, 100%. We all know that our midfield is literally unbalanced. Like, it's so unbalanced. Like, I think a good 15 of the Premier League teams have probably got more balanced squads than us. That's how unbalanced it is. Like, it's quite bad to say for the stature of Manchester United. So, like, Pogba's going. I've accepted it.
Yes.
And he's going, in the summertime? So, like, it's like 10 weeks more of football. So I just think you need to just get the best out of this guy. If you want to get top 4, you need to put him further up and unleash the shackles. But, like, this United club, this Manchester United, have been figuring how to unlock this guy for the past 6 years, and it's just like, mate, like, this guy's literally going on a free. So if he's going on a free, after we've just paid 90 million, and after we literally let him go for a free to Juventus before, we're taking a double L. So let's not take another L and not get Champions League. You might as well just put him up further forward, and just be clever with it. But again, I just don't know. You can have,
drop Bruno?
I've said it many times. You can have any midfield combo. You can have Matic, Fred, and Bruno, and any combo you want. That midfield is just, they're not disciplined enough, and it's that lack of a 6.
Sorry, who would you play?
It's so hurting. You can see it. But go on, bro.
What midfield 3 would you play to get the best out of Pogba?
Personally, I would have had Van der Beek, but he's not there. But if I'm obviously being realistic, if I had to be honest with myself, I had to pick Fred, Bruno, and I'd probably pick Matic. I think that would be my 3. I think there's enough control, and then you have Fred to do his tenacious work.
But you wanted to get the best out of Pogba.
Yeah.
You get
so you put Pogba just further up, and you let Fred and Matic just do his thing. Because what Matic is very good at, he's very good at coming into the back 3 and actually letting the wing backs do their thing. So obviously with Dalot, who I'm still seeing bits of him, but he's so much better than BASSAKA. What I'm liking what Dalot's doing, he tucks in quite well, so he actually helps the midfield out and actually offers a little bit more creativity. So with me, I'm just thinking you got Matic that can be a bit of a control. You've got obviously your Fred that can kind of do that tenacious work where you can just get the ball and just give it to a Pogba and let him just kind of do his magic. That's not me not rating Bruno. I just think that's just more of a balanced midfield. I'm all about balance right now. You know what I mean? Because I just think at this point, anything's like everything's going through our midfield. So balance for me personally. But it is what it is. Obviously, I'm not Ralph. Like it's up to Ralph and the.
I've said personally, to me personally, what I would do. Obviously, we don't have a 6 barring Matic, and you know what it is with Fred. Fred's a number 8. We all know that he's not a number 6. He's a number 8, and Fred always, Fred always does well once he has the freedom to go a bit forward because he's got. I know his passing's inconsistent, but he's got a decent pass on him once it goes. I would personally pick Matic, Fred, Pogba. That would be my midfield 3. That's what I know Pogba's better on the left side of the midfield, but I'll just play him on the right, play Fred on the left, and just play Matic a bit deep. So you got Fred to give a bit of legs around Matic. I don't think McTominay is good enough. I think he hides too much in games. Whereas with Fred, he might do some dumb stuff. I'm like, oh my god, Fred's shit. Oh my god, he's this. But the thing is with Fred, he demands the ball. Whereas McTominay, he will just. I think there was a stat where 29 forward passes or something. I mean, come on, that's awful.
That's terrible for a 6. That's horrible. You can't be doing that for a 6. For a number 6, playing in a 4-3-3, mate. Like honestly, I think he owes rent to Harry Potter for the invisibility cloak. He owes him rent. He's overdue on that rent. Like the amount of times this guy goes missing, it's ridiculous. And there's people that actually generate this guy. And fair enough, he does well when there's acres of space and he has a decent shot. But when it comes to controlling a game, Lord have mercy on my soul. It's horrible.
Can I ask
to watch.
you guys a question about McTominay?
Big up Siash, by the way. Sorry, sir, just one sec. Big up Siash. How about go back to a 4-2-2, Matic and McTominay, Pogba, Sancho, Elanga. It's a decent shout, but I don't think we're going to go back to the 4-2-2, by the way. I don't know if we're going to go back to it. But big up, by the way, for commenting.
Yo, who spam me your comment, man? Someone said, I love you at 50 times. Yo, what's going on? Tapping toes. That's not the real tapping toes, is it?
Oh, I need to put a timer on him, bro. I don't even know who tapping toes is.
That's the guy who was on Big Six with Turkish and that.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Wow, culture comes.
Bro.
Yo.
You got some scammers.
How come you always get this thing, man? Every time I'm on your channel.
Yeah.
I just go live in it, and then these people just, I don't know, man. These guys are going crazy. But let me read the comments for a bit. Bobby says Dallo is very good. I do rate Dallo. Martial is starting. Where would you meet? Oh, for the Sevilla game. Yeah. Oh, the playing.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, Martial, he needs to do well, man. Big up, by the way, UC 2004. Did you hear if Poch comes, he will get Harry Kane? What? I don't want to watch them, Harry Kane and Poch.
We'll touch on that later. Anyway.
We'll touch on that later. It hurts that I want Koulibaly at Man United. We have chased him for 5 seasons. Big up DA, Ahmed, and the brothers. Big up, by the way. Victor Liang says, Pogba, Fred, and Matic, I agree, not McTominay. Can we put Eric Bailly versus Atletico Madrid or Lindelof pairing with Varane? I don't know if he's fit. What's his name? I don't know if he's fit, but yeah, Fred for last 30 mil, and then this guy. Oh no. I love Oscar. Is this you, by the way, Oscar?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was some.
That's how I was able to see.
You're like another one.
Yeah. Listen, I thought it was. But go on, Sid, by the way. I cut you off. Sorry. What did you say?
So I think the whole thing with like McTominay is it's a very scary feeling, but the club are really trying to build it around McTominay because the way Ragnick spoke about him was like disturbing. Like I'm like Ragnick, that's the first wrong thing you've said. Like I've agreed with like 99% of what he's done. Literally, like that guy is like people don't realize he's actually like indirectly even highlighting, what's going on with the owners. Like his standards are high. Like he wants to do good for the club. But when he said McTominay could be captain, and I was like, come on, this is literally coming from the club. They want McTominay because they have excuses. This club, right? They don't want to spend that money, man. Like they'll only spend money when they have to, if they need like a brand player, or if you have a Super League protest where people break into the stadium. I mean, McTominay, you're gonna build your club around McTominay. I mean, come on, man.
Well, I mean, you're hearing the reports of Declan Rice, bro. Like, I've said my piece on Declan Rice. I think he's improved a lot from last year. I think he's a good player, but for 100 million, no thanks. Never, ever for 100 million. I've been banging on about. I don't know how you guys think about this player, but Ruben Neves, get him at Man United.
Get him at United.
Ruben
100%.
Neves. I don't know how you guys think of Taylor and Oscar, but this guy Ruben Neves.
Facts.
I'll throw something in there with my chest on. You get me? I'll throw something in there. I actually think we'll be you won't see enough McTominay next season. I think he'll be a squad player. Like
Really?
I pray to God.
If somebody like Ralph is there, yeah. See, when Ralph came in, he had to big up a lot of players just for their confidence and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean he can't analyze where we should be. If we're talking, we should be challenging for the title, not even winning it. Like we can't be having McTominay, Fred as starting midfield. You get me? It just doesn't work. I know you need people to be doing all the doggy work and stuff like that, but not really. Like if you look at Liverpool's midfield, they just have a sitter in Fabinho. Do you get me? If you look at Man City, Rodri. If you look at Real Madrid, Casemiro. If you look at Bayern Munich, Kimmich or Goretzka or Tolisso, one of them is always sitting. Do you get me? So this is the back five is crucial to the setup of a top club. Do you understand? Your fullbacks, your center DM, and your two center backs. That's literally how the top clubs have to set up. Do you get me? And then everything else is based around that setup. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you're gonna have key players all over the place, but if you don't have that foundation, which we don't seem to have, like McTominay, we can see that he's the only player that they think is the guy with the most legs that can maybe adapt to that Matic role. Like I understand Matic, the call for Matic, but I also don't think Matic has enough legs because Premier League is fast, man.
Yes.
You get me? And I think he has the control to control the games, but I don't think he actually makes interceptions, or I don't think McTominay does it either. Don't get me wrong, but I just think it's a preference thing. Sorry, I can kind of hear myself.
Oh, is it from me?
Or is it?
Oh,
I'm not sure, but
let
me carry on anyway. No, not anymore. Not anymore. So I honestly think like whoever's assessing this squad would definitely know we need. If Pogba's leaving, you need two quality midfielder, and I don't think Declan Rice will be coming for 100 million. I think it's the starting price, like where you have to negotiate. So you might bring it down to like 80. Do you get me? Which isn't too bad. Do you get me? I honestly don't think they're paying. What's his like? What gives that valuation? He hasn't played in the Champions League. So when Sancho came for 17 million, age was on his side. He played Champions League football. Do you get me? Declan Rice's experience in the Premier League, that's about it. Do you get me? So the valuation is 100 million, but I don't think we're paying 100 million for it. But that's just me giving you my opinion. Like the club could do something different.
Also I want to add on the midfield thing before we move on. Like we can get Neves and Kamara for 40 million. So like let's say hypothetically the club wants to spend 100 million Declan Rice. You could probably get 3 to 4 midfielders, which we agree we need. If Pogba goes, which I hope he does it, right? We could get 4 midfielders for that money. Kamara is a free agent. Neves 40 million. Tuchimini probably so man, we gotta be smart in this transfer window, man.
We definitely need 2 key players in that position. 2 key players.
Bro, these people that are trying to spam, bro, just relax. Are so annoying. Like I'm trying to, bro. There's so many. Like I block one and then boom, there's 2.
Mod me and I'll do it for you while we're chatting.
I don't know how to mod people. I would love to mod someone, but I don't know how to mod people. But listen,
figure that out, innit?
Oh yeah, Suyash. He says we need Tchouaméni before Chelsea/Madrid get him. Tchouaméni is a baller, by the way. I rate him highly. Apparently, Man United
too much of a competent signing.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, no one trusts United right now, man.
Man's a beast. No reason there's more interest in him. I take it. Basuma's another one I would 100% take. Oh yeah, there's actually been interest with Tielemans, by the way. I don't know if you guys read about it.
Yeah. Since he was 16, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling on the Tielemans. I'm not feeling on him.
Really?
I'm not feeling him.
I rate him, but I tell you what it is. Like I thought, quite a lot of United fans. I've deeped quite a lot of United fans only watch him when we play him, because when you actually watch him, he's a bit sus, you know. Like if you think he's some like hard working midfielder,
he's not.
like he's a surprise. Like I think United fans only really watch him when it's Leicester versus United. Like if you really watch him out, except those 2 games, he's a bit of a sus midfielder. I can't lie. And Ruben Neves is probably the most competent ones, but I just don't understand why United won't touch it. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, they're a weird entity. They're a strange club, very strange club.
What are you saying, by the way, Michael, with the whole midfield situation? I saw you like not rating Tielemans. I thought he was pretty decent.
With Tielemans, like the United fans that want him, I'm guessing they don't rate they like Pogba too, because if you don't rate Pogba, you can't rate Tielemans, because Tielemans is even worse off the ball than Pogba. And Pogba's biggest criticism is like his off the ball work, jogging and all that. Tielemans' feet are like stuck in mud when you see him in transition. Like he's so slow, and then obviously he's not as good on the ball as Pogba, so I wouldn't touch him. He's a good player, but I think he'd feel like in a La Liga team. I think that's where he should go. So maybe like an Atletico or Sevilla.
That's mad to hear. That's mad to hear because I didn't actually expect this. Like
I've always thought that though. Like I've always thought, if you're selling Pogba, you might replace him with Tielemans. You can't have Tielemans and Bruno on the same starting level.
Oh, it's useless. So, then we're back to square one, man.
Exactly.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Like, what's the point?
Who would you go for, Michael? Would you go for like your Ruben Neves and Basumas, or would you go for like Tchouaméni's or Declan Rice? Actually, you know what? What are you saying about Declan Rice, by the way? Would you be happy if you got Rice? Yeah.
Depends on the price. I think the most I'd pay for him is 60. But that's never gonna happen because West Ham will always value him at high because he's like their captain. They're fighting for Europe consistently now, so he's a very valuable player. He's worth 100 mil to them, but he's not worth 100 mil to other teams. So that's what the problem is with that. Ruben Neves, I'll take. He was probably the best option for the summer realistically, and we should have copped him. And he's probably like 40 mil now. I'll take him. Basuma's a little difficult because I swear he's like has legal issues right now. I'm not 100% confident. Allegedly, I'll say allegedly. He has like legal issues, so I don't know about that. Tchouaméni's a dream, but I think he's Madrid bound. I think he heard his name linked with Madrid. That's probably where his mind is at now. Because once you get the link with Madrid, that's your dream.
Michael, hear this. If Real Madrid are getting Pogba, why would they go for Tchouaméni again?
I don't think they're getting Pogba.
They don't want Pogba.
They don't want Pogba.
Okay, so where? Okay. So where are we assuming Pogba is going to?
PSG or new contract?
PSG.
PSG or new contract? Like literally
I'll be honest,
PSG.
Pogba at his prime going PSG. Zidane going there as well potentially. It could. You never know, by the way, because I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Poch is going to be leaving. Zidane's going to
go to
PSG destination, right? So. And if you think about it with PSG, everyone labels PSG as a super team. But if you actually look at the player for player, I know they've got good attackers, but their midfielders, barring Verratti, stinks. Herrera isn't good.
Oh, no. It's just Poch, man. It's Poch, bro. It's Poch. The midfield doesn't stink, bro. It's Pochettino. Bro, Paredes, Verratti, Jorginho, Wayando, whatever.
Yeah, they have good midfielders.
Bro,
he's good. Yeah.
Idris Gueye is very underrated. You get me? You don't need him to be on the ball for 90 minutes. You just need him to chase things. You know what I mean? Like they've got a very balanced midfield, and sometimes Di Maria comes in that midfield as well. Sometimes in the tree, you know, it's just the manager, bro.
He's done an all right job. I think Poch, like I can't lie. I feel like the PSG job is a bit cursed. I mean, Tuchel's had his say on it. Emery's had his say on it. Quite a lot of people have managed to have had their say in it. They said, when you go there, it's not really a club. You're managing like if we think there's a lot of politics behind Man United, then God knows the amount of politics that's happening behind there. So, I mean, I think managing over there, you're not just managing players. You're managing
Leonardo, isn't it?
Big egos, big egos. So with me. I do rate Poch, and I won't mind Poch, but for me, Poch just feels like sloppy seconds for me. I just feel like like that whole time we've had Ollie for 3 years, it feels like it feels like Poch has been our unofficial manager, while Ollie's been our official manager. You get what I mean? He's been there the whole time, but he's not been there. That's how it feels. So I just feel like, Poch, really?
This is a good comment.
Do you get what I mean? Just, and the way I see it, it's like most of the fans, if you see these polls on Twitter, most of the fans are saying Ten Hag. So it's just like, if the fan base are saying Ten Hag, it's probably best not to bring Poch on that novice that most of the fan base wants someone else, because then it's just going to piss everyone off. And you don't want a new manager starting on that novice that everyone doesn't want in. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like, just go and get what the fans want. So I don't know.
Glazers,
This
man,
club
I'm
will
telling
get
you.
Poch because they're in love with him and
Glazers.
whatever. So
Glazers can control Poch.
it's what it is.
Ten Hag, they're not gonna mess with. Like Ten Hag's not gonna mess with it. I think Ten Hag has already said in interviews he wants a structure. And I've been reading articles from like the Independent, all these guys. They're like, Ten Hag wants a structure at United, and we don't know if he has the structure. Poch is gonna go there and say what he said. It's like this is literally a Glazers. Like whatever people need to realize, this is all on the Glazers. If they do Ten Hag, I still will never forgive them for what they've done to the club. But I'll be like, you know what? There's something to look forward to. If they take Poch, it's like the obvious one for them, right?
Poch is 3 years ago news. That's what Poch is.
Yep.
That, we should have got Pochettino in 2019, not now. Like you're meant to look at with coaches, yeah. You're meant to look at someone who's upcoming. Like you've got coaches like Enrique, Nagelsmann as well. I don't know if you rate Nagelsmann, Ten Hag. Bro, I would do everything in my power to get Ten Hag, because I think with him, it's going to take a lot longer if Pochettino came, because Poch won't need that time to adapt, whereas with Ten Hag, it's a new league. If you think about it,
they both got risks. They both got risks.
They both got
risks. I was gonna say that.
They both got risks, but I'm willing to take the risk with Ten Hag because just of simply of how he plays his football. And the thing is, the way he plays his football, 90% of the players in this team need to get binned.
Yeah.
Because you can't play that.
It's gonna be a big.
That's the best thing.
Exactly, that's the best solution.
That's amazing.
I'm hearing reports now saying Luke Shaw, he wants Pochettino, then Maguire, or everyone's favouring Pochettino because he's a nice guy or something. But I feel like with Ten Hag, I don't think Bruno survives. I don't think Rashford survives.
Yeah.
I don't think either McFred survive.
100%.
There isn't one. If you look at the Ajax players, by the way, they're not like fancy names, barring probably Anthony, but all of them are good on the ball. They're all competent on the ball. So we don't really have players like that because he's not going to have Maguire. He's not good on the ball. Come on.
I'll tell you this: if we faced Ajax, they'd probably beat us, bro. I'm not even. Like,
Ajax would destroy us, by the way.
Bro, have you seen how they played in Champions League? Like, they still bro. We gotta watch.
We shouldn't even have sold Blind. I wouldn't.
He's doing bids there, bro. Like,
he would do a job at a number 6 right now at our club.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
Because if you look at the way Ten Hag plays his football, man, I think with Ten Hag, he has that potential to compete with Klopp and Pep if he's backed from Man United.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets his own players, that's what I think. What are you guys saying? Obviously, we'll move on to the managerial situation. Like, I think the popular manager is Ten Hag. Obviously, I'm not sure how true the Enrique news is. Obviously, Enrique is amazing, and then obviously you've got Poch. What are you guys saying? What are your thoughts with the whole managerial situation? Anyone, by the way, you man can go. Anyone.
Yeah, go ahead, boss.
Yeah, like you guys already touched on. I like the analogy. Poch is a sloppy seconds, isn't it? Like
that's how it feels. It just feels old news. Do you get what I mean? It just feels like we're running back to your ex now.
No, it's facts. It's facts. Like I don't think we would really mind any of this manager, but if you had to choose, like you're gonna pick Ten Hag because to me, he's still like he's doing a good job, but it still kind of feels like he's an unknown entity. Obviously, he's been around Pep in Bayern Munich. I think he was like one of the coaches over there, and obviously the stuff, everything he's doing with Ajax, we're building a team that reached the semi-final, like I think 2-3 years ago. So I do think that the effect he might have on the club would be huge. Do you get me? And also like some of the players Ajax are producing, like Gravenbach or whatever. Gravenberg, is it?
Yeah.
Ryan Gravenbach. Yeah, thank you. If Pogba leaves, that kind of player will suit our midfield. Do you get me? Because you do need a engine, combative as well as he's good on the ball. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So the CDM as well, Alvarez.
Yeah.
He's a good player. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know about Anthony. You get me? We all like saucy players. You have Sancho on the left, Anthony on the right. Do you get me?
Oh, don't get me.
You balance the midfield with like Gravenberch, Neves, or maybe an engine in the
maybe bring in Frankie de Jong from Barcelona.
You know what I mean? So
who knows?
I think exactly what could possibly happen with Ten Hag is we don't know. Do you get me? Because we kind of gather his mentality from the way he's managing Ajax and the stuff he has to deal with and the stuff he wouldn't put up with. You know what I mean? We can understand his mentality that he's kind of like a no-nonsense manager. He speaks his mind. Do you get me? He can address issues and he knows how to handle the hierarchy. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And demand what he wants in that sense, because you probably wouldn't be speaking about him if he isn't the way he is. Poch used to be like that. Do you get me? But he's also able to, just carry on with the job.
Yeah.
Do whatever the hierarchy tells him to do. Do you get me? So I would really, really like to see what's his name? Ten Hag. Another surprising name is I don't know. I'm the only one pushing for this. Graham
Potter?
Manager. Graham Potter.
Yep.
I mean, he isn't bad. He'll definitely do better than Poch, in my opinion.
I think it's worth a gamble. I heard people this week calling for Wayne Rooney because of the job he's done at Derby, but I wouldn't like Wayne Rooney's reputation to be messed up. You get me? Because Wayne Rooney for me was like a goat for Man United.
Yeah,
I love
I agree.
Ronaldo and stuff like that, but Rooney did. It was levels at Man United as well. So I wouldn't want his reputation to be ruined. I would prefer him to go to a club like Everton and succeed over there. Do you get me?
100%.
But I don't mind Graham Potter, man. Like I've seen what this guy is able to do with like literally 50 million transfer kitty a year.
Yeah.
And he also has to sell to buy all the time. He improves players. He players.
I think Leicester would be a good team for him, because they've got a good setup.
Yeah. I know. There was a debate on Twitter in the past, like Leicester.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know Rodgers is under scrutiny at the moment, so
Yes.
it's probably the next step for him. But I just admire him as a coach, and I really see a lot of things he does. I don't think we're linked to him. Do you get me?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I'm giving him a shout out. You get me?
100%.
He's doing a good job, because if it was a foreign name, if it wasn't British, you'd probably get more hype. Do you get me? Because we do tend to buy into all these
British
a lot more.
Yeah. So
Go on.
Yeah. Yes. Big up, Serge, by the way, for commenting. Big up, bro. My preference is Enrique. Eric Ten Hag, at least when we don't win the football, it's enjoyable. That's the minimum a fan wants. And then he also says, having said that, don't judge Poch by PSG. Tuchel said it wasn't run like a club. Poch did a phenomenal job with pocket money at Spurs, Southampton. That's correct. I'd have Potter too.
I was going to touch on that PSG stuff. We think the manager do run the club, but there's the sporting director, Leonardo. He literally has like a free seat in that managerial seat without sitting there. So it's annoying when your sporting director also makes decisions. It's almost like the way we see Darren Fletcher, but this guy, obviously, Leonardo has way more power because he reports directly to the Saudi owners over there. Do you get me? So he's the one that really gives the player the power they have. Do you remember Leonardo? He used to play for AC Milan.
AC Milan, yeah.
So a lot of rifts that happen within the dressing room is caused by him, because actually he does give those players the power they have. But when you see names like Neymar and Mbappe, I don't know if you've seen their antics. Do you get me? It's really hard. You got Verratti.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it will be really hard. But that's what you get paid for as a manager. I don't really buy that. You should be able to manage top egos. Mourinho didn't have a problem at Real Madrid. He didn't have a problem at Inter. Man, they were giants. He was managing Zlatan, Materazzi. Do you understand? Like, what's Neymar's ego compared to Zlatan?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's Mbappe's ego compared to all these? These were like super alpha male, and that's what earns the money. So to me, Poch should be able to handle all this. Do you understand? But Poch is a modern day manager as well. He can adapt to.
He can. The thing, obviously, you guys can see like we do need a striker, and it would be kind of ironic to get Pochettino and then we get in Harry Kane. Even though you guys don't want Pochettino, what are you man saying about Harry Kane? Would you guys take him at Man United? Because what were you saying? Harry Kane?
Nah.
Big Harry.
Nah.
You said no to Harry Kane?
Depends on the price.
I don't.
No price. I wouldn't take it for free. Fuck that shit.
like this club has this weird obsession with just like this. Like I get it, they want to have a British core and I understand that, but like it comes a time when you have to be smart. Like even just with the whole Declan Rice thing, like why on earth do you want to do this whole 60-70 million again? Like, have you not learned from your past mistakes that just this thing just doesn't work? Like, have you not had enough? Like these man, yeah, surely they don't like wasting money. Be clever. You've apparently got one of the best scouting network in the world, so use it then. Go find your own
that's right.
players. Like
Bro,
this
that's a
club
myth,
is just
you know.
weird in the way they behave. Like I'm seeing City picking up little gems and stuff, and then we're like, you know what? Let's go slam 80 million on Declan Rice. It's just like,
Just
what?
dumb.
Wait, just
Exactly.
go use your scouting network and go find someone where you're not having to, literally slam like most of your transfer budget on it. This club again. They don't behave in a smart way, and it's like I don't even know in terms of the manager what's going to happen. It's like it's mad that I'm thinking it now. We don't know what's going to happen. It can be any manager. I don't think it's going to be Enrique because of Spain. The Ten Hag thing, I hope it's him, but I genuinely think it's going to be Poch, and it's not because they believe in Poch. It's because they want a puppet. They want someone to control. That's the reason why they want this guy. Like. It's not because they think, oh yeah, he's going to bring us back to our glory days. No way. Because where we can just put the strings on this guy and control him. And it's sad, man, because that's just how these Glazers move, man. That's their intent. They just want to make a money machine out of Man United, not actually be the best club in the world.
The Poch thing, it sounds like Fergie all over again, man. Because apparently Fergie wanted Poch.
He did
after before Moyes. But Poch,
he did.
Poch didn't want to leave Tottenham at the time, or was he managing Tottenham or Southampton? I can't remember. Anyway, Poch didn't want to leave whatever club he was at the time. Do you get me? And this just sounds like Fergie handpicking again. Fergie picked Moyes, it didn't work. You get me? I'm pretty sure he had a hand in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It didn't work. You get me? So we need to stop listening to Fergie.
And also, if you have to rank it. So obviously you guys can see, let me just read the comment. Please no, not the age of 29, that price. I'm sure the club would bin the DM for Kane. All big titles have been won without a striker, but never without a DM. That's absolute facts, by the way.
Kane has 5 goals in the league, man.
He's terrible, bro. Look
exactly. So you can see on the screen, you've got Poch, Ten Hag, Enrique. I know the Enrique one is hard, but if you guys had to tell me your first and second and third choice, just we'll start with Michael. What's your list? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's so tough. I love Enrique, but I think it's so unrealistic unless the club are willing to give Ralph another 6 months and then go get Enrique in the winter.
Yeah.
I'll go Ten Hag, Enrique, Poch.
Okay. What about you, Oscar? What are you saying?
Well, this is easy, man. Ten Hag first, Ten Hag second, Ten Hag third.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I rate it.
Fair enough.
So I don't really fancy Enrique either. Like
I think Enrique's class though. No,
he's good. He's good manager. He's a good manager, but I don't like the English barrier is something you have to consider. You get me?
I hear you. What are you saying, Sid? What's your list?
Ten Hag, the Enrique, then Poch.
Okay. No,
I'm not.
What are you saying, Tyler? Is yours Poch number 1? Yeah. No, I'm joking.
Bro, nah, like I couldn't do that. They're all very, very like Poch is a good manager, but between the three, I just think it has to be Ten Hag, Enrique, and Poch. It just has to be personally for me. But let's be honest, it's probably going to be Poch. Like that's the something about it.
Do you genuinely think?
I think Poch might win the Champions League. Funny enough, like it's possible. Do you get me? If they win the Champions League,
I don't think so.
They'll probably shut my mouth. There could be.
With PSG, he might. But I think it's going to be Bayern's year.
Bayern are just too good, bro. Bayern, man.
Like I think the Gaussman has just got has got that Bayern team just in a machine right now. Like they're just pamming teams, man.
I just want to add one
thing. Got the Champions League.
I just want to add one. Would you guys think that Bayern Munich is the definition of a proper run club? Like, isn't that the ideal club that you would want for United? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich, man, like it's like you have to admire them. Like I've never been like, I've always had respect for them. If I didn't support United, it's like Bayern Munich are like they've got history, they've
Yeah.
always got standards. Like they never have stooped to our level. Like I can never imagine Bayern. I mean, look at the league they're in, obviously, but like you can never see Bayern Munich like truly decline. Like it's a very honorable club. Like
I
if I'm
think
being honest.
the way I do admire the way they run the club as well. They
Facts.
don't literally Alaba wanted to leave, they let him go.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Nicolas Sule wanted to leave. I think contract issues, they let him go. You know what I mean? So they unpick whoever they want to pay big wages. Like I think Leroy Sané is one of the highest earners in the,
Yeah.
and it's causing a rift in the squad because he came through and he's just getting paid a lot of money more than like man like Coman, Gnabry. Do you get me? And some of these men are really looking at themselves like, we need a raise, whatever. But the club are literally saying no. Do you get me? So
Yeah. Yeah.
the way the club is just ran from top to bottom is ideally. United used to be like that, bro. I'm telling you.
At one point, yeah.
It
Let's be
used to be like
honest.
that, but it was Fergie covering up a lot of cracks. Fergie was the manager, the CEO, the scout. He was
Everything.
he was the cleaner. He was everything, bro. Do you get me?
Control the
So,
whole club.
exactly.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Glazers actually gave him
Bayern.
power. I think he admitted in some book. He's like basically like the owners don't do any. So at that time the owners didn't meddle because they're like, yo, Ferguson is here. We're good. We can just continue taking money.
Yeah.
But after Ferguson left, that completely changed.
I hear you. I hear you. Obviously, there's.
Bayern do their things differently, obviously.
Yeah.
I read something about obviously how Germany, how they how they even actually kind of train their coaches. They send them through some kind of like a university to do qualifications.
Yeah.
And I read actually that Bayern, like the reason why, like look at Bayern's board, a lot of them are actually ex-players. And you
Yep.
think, wow, ex-players that actually don't, because obviously this whole ex-player thing, people have this notion that ex-players don't actually tend to actually know everything. But what actually Bayern do is actually they actually, they send these players to actually some kind of like a university camp where they'll be doing these kind of qualifications
They
to
do that in
actually
Dutch
get
as well.
football knowledge. Yeah, like it's like a 4 or 5 year course. It's a big thing in Germany. You can probably see that's why their football's so like advanced, because
It is.
the clubs actually look after the people and they actually, send their players, not players, but people that actually want to work there through some kind of like a qualification and some kind of education camp. So a lot of their boardroom are ex-players, but they've been through that, that education based, and the clubs kindly paid for them and stuff. It doesn't really happen in the UK in terms of Premier League teams. There's not really a thing. It's a big thing
what
in
it is,
Germany.
yeah?
So
I think it's because the Glazers are in charge. Do you get me? So they would have a lot of say in the structure of the club. Since they've been in charge, like you haven't seen like ex-players in the boardroom. Literally, we haven't seen that. Like when you're saying Bayern Munich, they don't really have foreign investors in the club. Do you get me? It's literally, I don't know how it works, but in Germany they do this 50+1 rule. I don't know if Bayern Munich are doing it, but literally the club is run by the club. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like,
Yeah.
because we have foreign, the club shares is sold out to other, I don't know, investment company in Glazers. You get me? So the hierarchy, the structure, they control that. The CEO was handpicked by them. I mean, CEO. Sorry, what am I saying? So literally, the spread of the people in the boardroom would still be the Glazers. So I'm not really sure if it could work in Man United, but I would love to see something like that. But it doesn't mean ex-players are incompetent. When you look at Gary Neville, I think it would be all right to sit in that. You know what I mean? He could voice a good opinion because he's Man United through and through. Gigs, like literally, that's what Bayern Munich are doing. They're getting people who it's in their veins, it's in their DNA, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not really sure if we would support that, but I just think some of these men could do that job. I don't think it's possible because of the
I get what you
owner.
mean.
Yeah.
Gary Neville's giving me too much PTSD on Sky Sports for him to be involved in the club. He's giving the Ollie backing for 3 years, the obnoxious Ollie backing was just
I understand.
that was the top for me. I was just like, this guy Like,
It's
just because
ridiculous.
he's got his mate licked on WhatsApp, he's literally protecting his boy. And I'm thinking, you know what? I rate it, but I'm thinking, bro, we're all suffering here. Come on, fam. Until Rio was actually the first one to come out and say, yo, this guy ain't it. And it's like, bro, 3
But
years too late. Like,
Rio
fam,
was also one of the first person that also said, yeah,
Sign
Re-
that
Re-
contract, put it in the
come on,
team.
Rio is
yeah,
a
fam.
Rio is a flip flop because you know what it is with Rio. He was
Yeah.
fully backing him, but I feel like as soon as the fans turned on him, he turned on. He was like, nah, he's not
Yeah,
good.
he kind of
Yeah.
goes on fan sentiment a lot.
He
Like
goes with
even
the fans say.
because
Yeah,
I'll be honest though, like I mean, shout out to his channel. Like it's really good, man. Like I think like the vibe with Five, like. But yeah, he's the type of like I guess pundit. Like he goes along with what the fans say because sometimes he reads comments or they discuss things and it's like
yeah.
So I mean, I guess that's Ferdinand for you.
Yeah. Listen, obviously we will just we'll just give predictions for tomorrow's game. Big up to you, man. By the way, and big up the comment section. What are you saying about the prediction tomorrow? Do you think we're going to win or do you think we'll lose? We'll go to Michael. What are you saying, Michael, bro? What are you saying?
So when I did the
5-0?
prediction, when I did the prediction on my review, like when I reviewed the Burnley game, I gave a prediction for that. I think I said 2-2. I'm gonna stick with that, especially after watching what they did with Spurs. I'm just gonna go with the draw because I don't trust this team to win. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2. I'll probably say goal scores. I'll see if Ronaldo gets back on the score sheet. He hasn't scored like in 6 games. He's gonna want to score. He's gonna shoot like 10 times tomorrow, and then I don't know, maybe like a Sancho.
I'm done with Ronaldo. I'm Ronaldo.
Interesting.
I'm done with Ronaldo, by the way. I can't wait until he goes. I'll be honest. I can't wait. I'm being serious, by the way. I think he's in the
I'm
Premier
with you,
League.
man. I'm with you. I wasn't
I feel you.
overly convinced with the signing in the first place. Do you get me? Like me and my boy, he's a Liverpool fan. He was telling me like this is gonna ruin your club. Like it has a hand in it. Do you get me? I'm not saying he's the sole person. Do you get me? But we never.
Is.
If you have Cavani, why are you signing Ronaldo? Don't get me wrong.
Commercial,
Like
isn't it?
I understand that aspect, but like it just shows the owners we have in it. You get me?
Money.
It was a chest. It was a pawn piece in the chest. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like literally, let me sign this player, increase our valuation. And
I don't think he's got the ability to do it in the Premier League, but I think the Premier League is too much for him. I generally think
At this age,
it's too much. Maybe in
100%.
Champions League. Maybe in Champions League, you never know. You know, Champions League night, he's pumped
he'll
up
do
for
it. Yeah.
He could do it, but
slower, innit?
yeah, exactly, man. I just don't see, especially at him after missing so many chances against Middlesbrough. Like, I just don't. I think his finishing's gone even worse. By the way, maybe
I just don't like old players, man. I don't like old players. I'm not like
You can't be building your team around like players.
Bro, I understood the Zlatan signing because he was a 6'5" signing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need those big strikers in your squad. Do you get me? He would always hold the ball up. You get because of his physique. But Ronaldo doesn't really offer like anything else.
He's a poacher. Ibra's got everything.
Score. Exactly.
Yeah.
If he doesn't score, nothing's gonna happen. Do you get me?
Ibra's got first touch.
Ibra's got all that.
Ibra was the perfect player for those.
Like Ronaldo's first touch is just always a bit sus. Do you get what I mean? Like every time the ball goes to him, I just feel like I almost feel sorry for him because I know the guy's 37, but I'm just thinking, like I said many times, you know, the guy's stiff. He's very, very stiff. He can't move. So I do feel bad for him, but I'm just thinking this whole, like I said, Ahmed said it before, this whole Benzema dropping deep thing, this link up thing.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work with him because he just doesn't have the body for it. It's like, I think someone said it, like someone said it to me. His brain moves fast, but his body can't move with it. Like his body's peaked. You can have the best six-pack in the world, but if you don't have the football fundamentals, which you clearly don't, then
you can't compete.
It's hard to watch. I can't lie, and that's my goat. You know, that's one of my goats. I don't like saying that, but I can only comment on what I see. Do you get what I mean?
No, 100%.
He is the goat. He is the goat. 100%.
You can't be sentimental about it. Like he's not performing. Do you get me? Like
they take the emotion out of it.
100%.
Yeah, it's just not. You ever watch him play? Like when the ball is played to him and he's in that, leading the line to say the least. He just plays the ball in one touch. Like he just flicks it. He doesn't really want to hold it. And whenever he takes more than 2 touch, the defender's coming, bam,
boom, it's over.
Ronaldo.
So he's never been that kind of player who can play with someone's getting assaulted in your street there.
That's not me. It's not me.
It's the explosiveness and the speed. That's what made him different. So
But I was
I'm
gonna
worried about
say he's never been a full like central forward. Do you get me? He's better on the left because he can receive the ball half turn. Do you get me?
Yeah.
You can see his back towards the goal, and you can also see what's coming. Do you get me? So
Facts.
that's why he was able to succeed in that position. Like playing up front is not his thing, but he's lost a lot of pace. Like you said, the explosiveness isn't as there as he used to be. He's got a bit of a sharp movement about him. Do you get me?
Yeah,
But
still.
it's more like a second striker. Do you get me? He needs that physical presence up front so he can walk around that striker. But we don't have that player. Do you get me? That's why I think like
Ronaldo will only work if you're playing. If Ronaldo will work if in a two, maybe in a two with a striker with someone.
Yeah, someone can do the work for him.
Yeah, by himself, finito.
Impossible. Yeah.
that's what we were calling for Martial back then. You know.
Yeah.
But
Martial and Ronaldo
Could have
would
worked. Could
Would
have
have
worked.
worked because, but yeah, man, Martial's gone now, innit?
Gone.
So
I'm watching him now. You know what I mean? Bro, all our low knees, man. I know it's early days. They're not pulling up any trees, man. I'm a Diallo, Donny van der Beek.
no, Donny van de Beek didn't.
Martial.
He didn't think. I watched that Martial game in the first. I watched his debut, and I'll be honest, the whole Seville team was shit.
That
Yeah,
striker
I
was
know.
horrible. And
That
Nesri, I
striker-
think, so,
Yeah,
so
but
bad. So bad.
how are they going to win the league, bro?
El Nusri, whatever his name is.
Yeah, they're not winning the
El
league,
Nusri.
bro. No way.
But yeah, I'll be honest. If Martial doesn't pull up trees in Seville, there's going to be a lot of Martial haters going to see. I told you he wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
I told you he wasn't good
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Same goes for Donny van de Beek, but they're going to be like, oh, see, you guys all went for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and then listen,
But
You know what's interesting about Van de Beek?
sorry.
He was wasn't he on the bench for Everton? So like that's kind of the funny
it
thing.
was on the bench. I'll be honest, by the way,
Yeah.
I've said this before. As soon as Lampard got a point for Everton, I said he's finished, regardless, because I think he's a crap manager. He should have went and joined Crystal Palace.
Yeah, yeah.
Play for a better manager.
Better
Yeah, he
football.
would have done well with
Possibly
Gallagher.
better.
With Gallagher, is that yeah?
Exactly, man. Lampard,
Bro, he should have gone to Palace. 100%.
Lampard's lucky to get a job, I think.
He's like Ollie, but like I mean, it's like what has Lampard done? Like other than like squander money and do nothing, you know?
Yeah, Lampard.
He speaks well. Like he
He's a
speaks
good
very, very. Like don't get me wrong, he speaks
Yeah,
very, very well.
salesman, innit?
But when it comes to
But
being
the
a football
football,
manager, a
Not
tactician,
there.
nah.
Yeah, he's not
never, never.
I mean, the Chelsea owner sacked him without even thinking because he just knew this guy is never going to do anything for us, and he's a legend of that club. So that should explain everything.
Their biggest legend, or arguably that one of their biggest
Arguably,
legends, him
it's
and John Terry.
Drogba as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's the highest goal
So-
scorer, isn't he? Lampard.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
That's a good term from Martial. Sorry, I got carried
Yeah.
away.
So
Now, listen. I'll just end the show. Yeah. Before I end it, make sure you tell the people where they can find you in it. So just shout you out. We'll go with Michael, bro. Where can the people find you? So.
So at Twitter, it's at Michael_Griggs, GRIGS 26, and follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's new. I think I'm doing a live show tomorrow, UCL preview with my co-hosts. So that's Juego Bonito Pod. And then pretty much. Oh, then follow the United Journal, the aggregate, the news aggregate site. I write for them as well.
Nice.
Champions League next week, innit?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Champions League next week.
Oh shit!
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man. Listen.
When are we playing?
That's gonna be fun.
Atletico.
We play the week after. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Atletico Madrid.
Our games.
Yeah.
We have a game against Brighton the same time as Madrid PSG. I am not happy about that. That's bad.
Oh yeah, that's so crazy.
Really? Oh my days! It is
Yeah.
as well. We have to.
Bro,
I'm
you
missing
watch
United.
Madrid and PSG, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I had
I'm
to set up.
missing the United game. I don't care.
But if you have a double screen, just pop one of them on, innit?
I mean, if it's on
Yeah,
BT,
yeah.
then you could just find some illegal stream or something. I don't know. It's what it is, bro.
Do I miss an absolute classic between them two of City and PSG, Madrid and PSG,
What,
or
you've got
do I
Messi?
watch?
Neymar.
Yeah, or do I
Ramos.
watch United get absolutely bopped by Graham Potter and Brighton. I don't know. Because the way Brighton play, I don't know. They could be on our necks. I can't lie.
Exactly.
I'm
You gotta watch out for
But
them.
if it gets peak, yeah, that game's getting turned off. I can't lie.
Nah, I'll probably watch some. Yeah, go on.
Now, I said they don't score much, but they actually play some good football. Brighton.
I can already see, by the way, Danny Welbeck scoring against us. It's going to happen. But
He's already done it with Arsenal, right? He
Yeah,
scored
yeah,
in the
yeah.
FA Cup. Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I
Oscar?
think he's going to score now.
Yeah, watch him score.
He's going to score.
Flipping Danny Welbeck, bro.
Well back, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Catch me anywhere on Twitter, YouTube, Oscar, Bosco. You know,
Come on.
we out here.
And the man like Devils, bro, debut on the channel. Great debut, by the way. Big up for joining.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
give you a bit of a last,
Big
last-
up, man. Big up, man.
Do you do your own channel? Like, do you have a channel?
Nah. I'm just on Twitter, bro. All I do is just chat shit, say my piece, and then I get loads of hate comments in my DMs.
You're from
That's
Manchester,
all I
aren't you?
get, bro. Yeah, man. Just find me at Devil's Advocate, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just there to say my thing, say my
You
piece.
sound like
and,
you
yeah,
sound like them
just move.
Lingard and Rashford. You're definitely a money boy, yeah.
You know what it is? I do go in money a few times to go see my gal, but other than that, that's just it. But obviously, I'm around a few money people, so yeah,
Right.
that's why my accent kind of changes. But I'm from Bradford, chilling in Bradford.
Yeah,
Right,
that's from where Mason is, isn't it?
Stop,
Yeah, man.
Don't bring
But,
this up, man.
yeah. Well, obviously,
Nah,
Mason, I don't want to talk
I
about
didn't mean it
Mason.
like that.
really be talking about right now.
Yeah, I don't think we should be
But,
talking about that
yeah,
guy, bro.
That person, his family's from actually West Bowling, and I don't live far from West Bowling actually.
Oh wow.
So,
okay.
yeah, it's mad still. Yeah. So when that happened, it was a big thing around here. Because
So Mason
do
was
you know what I
done
mean?
in
All
the
over, it was just all over, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Peak.
But what about you, Sid, bro? Where can the people find you?
So like obviously Twitter. I mean, I don't know the name right now, but just plug it in whenever. But yeah, I mean, just my Twitter, same thing. I just like to follow different opinions and give takes when I can.
Well, you have to see
Listen,
your
I hear
Facebook.
that. By the way, I hear that. Listen, I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna win the Champions League. No, I'm joking. We're not winning the Champions League.
Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
man. Nah, listen. I just
Before
need
you
to-
end it, I'm not scared of Atletico though. Like, I don't think they're gonna do anything. Like
Yeah,
that.
they're not that great right now.
You're not scared, no.
No,
The
I'm not
defense
scared
is not looking
What,
good.
you said, bro? I'll tell you, bro. Suarez against Maguire. That's gonna have me shit.
I'm not scared.
He's gonna
Honestly.
rattle him. He's gonna rattle him.
Please
That's
play
my
Eric
thing.
Bailly.
That's my. I'm not scared of scoring past them. I'm scared of defending against them. That's my thing.
Have you
but
seen
I
them
can
play?
tell you this.
If Weghorst can turn Maguire, one of the most slowest strikers I've ever seen in my life, then anything can happen.
Wait,
That's
hold
the
on.
way I see it, bro.
Wait, I think you guys would disagree with me, but I think when Lindelof is back, I still think he's going to displace Maguire. I have a good feeling.
100%.
And there has to be Varane and Lindelof. If you guys seen them play, they work well together.
I'm
I
back
think
It's
that's
a
serious,
what
good
by the way.
pair. It's a good pair.
It is
I
a good
think
pair.
Maguire had to
I've
do
seen
something
them.
with. I think Maguire had something with the Lindelof burglary. I'm not even joking. It's just.
I swear to you, yeah. If we play Eric Bailly and Varane, we probably won't concede. Like Eric Bailly's shithousery ability to defend, and then Varane can also play the ball. Do you get me? He's calm.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
There's
we
a lot
need
of
the.
pace.
Do you remember what Rudiger did to Suarez? We need that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Suarez
He's what Eric
Suarez
Bailly-
ain't rattling by. He's not.
No
rattling
way,
Eric
no
Bailly.
way.
No way.
No
Eric
way.
Bailly.
No
Bro,
way.
Bailly will move to Vardy. Of course, he's going to move to Suarez. Come on, bro. Like, he's built different, man. He's built different. But yeah, man. Big up the comment section, by the way, and shout out to the people, bro. Big up. Take care.
Nice one.